Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Guys already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. First thing first. Guys, you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all. Go. We do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. Hakeem Jordan, what's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What is cracking like it?
Living the dream.
Hey man, we in the Wednesday, man. We in the middle of the weeks. Feeling good over here as always. So let's go, let's go, let's get it, let's get it.
Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow us so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X. And you already know TikTok, Bingo Live. Thank you guys so very much. Each and every time we go live, you guys is always here present in the building. Just make sure y'all come over here and follow us on YouTube so y'all can see us live and everybody that's in the panel having a good old time as we do some of these latest news, latest trending news, viral news, you name it, all across the board. But you already know, guys. First thing first, make sure you go to the KL Culture Radio description because in the description where you can find the KL Culture Radio gears, like the t-shirts, the hat, the coffee mug, you name it. It's all in the KL Culture Radio store, and also link is also pinned on top of the chat. So we move along to sports. Sports. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of sports news, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's get into the NFL. So let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts. So we talked about on Monday about how Indy, the quarterback Daniel Jones, he has been injured with a torn Achilles, so he's out for the whole year for the season. And so Indy was looking for other quarterbacks, and it looked for Philip Rivers, which is kind of crazy. Last time Philip Rivers was playing was with the Indianapolis Colts, but that was back in 2020. And the Colts think like, hey, why not try Philip Rivers, which he has played 5 years ago, which is crazy at the age of 44. And so they worked him out, and there's a big possibility that he might start this Sunday for Indy. So we do have a clip with Philip Rivers. I'll talk about coming into the Indianapolis Colts, going his current way and everything, and after that, we'll chop it up.
I will answer your question a little better on the playing weight, Greg. And not what it was when I walked off the field in Buffalo. All right, I can tell you that. But then I'll follow that up with I ain't never ran away from anybody anyway. Right? So I'm gonna. They people say, well, they're gonna know you're gonna be right there, and it's like, well, they knew that for 16, 17 years. So, and I will answer your question a little better.
Yeah, so Philip Rivers, like I said, he hasn't played in 5 years. Right now, as we know, he is on the current ballot for the 2025 to be, if he was to be chosen to be inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame. He was a high school coach before they called him up. He has 10 kids, and I believe he's a grandfather too. So the Indy looked very desperate, and they call Philip Rivers, and they think that, hey, why not? So with this big news coming out from Indy, Ronnie, man, what's your take on Philip Rivers possibly starting for Indy and possibly playing for Indy?
I think that's a terrible choice right now for Indianapolis Colts to get Phillip Rivers. To me, they should have gone and acquired Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was playing well right now when the Bengals was down without Joe Burrow. Joe Flacco came in and he did his thing. Joe Flacco is like a quarterback now that you can use as a replacement because they know pretty soon he's about to get ready to retire. Phil Rivers, as you can see, he pretty much look like he's out of shape. Remember, he's a family man now, so his mind not really too much on football. He's gonna come out there with these young guys already eager to take down the Indianapolis Colts because the Indianapolis Colts right now are pretty much headed to the playoffs. So they're trying to knock them off, so they won't be able to head into the playoff. Them losing Daniel Jones, that was a tremendous loss because Daniel Jones was playing extremely well. So putting Phil Rivers in, I think that was a terrible choice. They should have went and acquired Joe Flacco. If you ask me, they should have just go ahead get Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's already warmed up, ready to go. But let's see how they do on Sunday. But I don't know the Indianapolis Colts future right now doesn't look too bright. Go ahead, I can't.
The Indianapolis Colts are done. They're finished.
I agree.
Ignorance is bliss. You go get somebody that's been retired. Like he's been I call him retired. You feel me? And here's what I don't understand. There's so many good quarterbacks that are out there who are just sitting waiting, but due to stupid people, they don't want to pick them up. They don't even want to play them. Tell me, does that even make sense? You got quarterbacks who's ready to throw ball, who can run the ball, who can do it, but they don't even want to draft them. Some of these guys are free agents. Am I wrong, fellas?
Nope, you're not wrong. I was gonna add a name in. When you done, I add a name in there too.
Yeah. Then I'm saying, I want to say this. I don't want to make this a race thing, but for some strange reason, they don't want to play none of the black quarterbacks.
Good
I'll land
point.
right there.
And one black quarterback I had in mind, and he's currently on First Take. Why didn't call Cam Newton? Even though
100%.
he's been out for a couple years. You could have called him. I know that
Easy.
other quarterbacks you can't get because of trade. The trade deadline is over and everything. So I do not know why you call Phillip Rivers, who's been retired for 5 years.
Oh my God.
If you put him in the field, this him at 44, like the bones are brittle and everything. Like, no, it just tells you that when the last time that Phillip Rivers played for Indianapolis Colts, they must have really, really loved him. Teammates must love him and everything, and the GM, the owner, and all that type of things. And it just shows that even though you're out for 5 years, somebody could call you and be intrigued that you come and play for the NFL and you've been gone for 5 years, which is crazy. But you guys are right. To me, Hakeem Philly is done. Once Jonathan Taylor at the first 98 games, he was tearing up the league. He was upcoming MVP right now, but now they had cooled down and everything. So their quarterbacks hurt. They're also their cornerbacks. Both of their cornerbacks is hurt too. So they started off hot, now they cold. I just feel like, even though they do have a playoff spot, I feel like they're gonna get bounced out and everything. So I feel bad for Indy. It's me, just for next year, and also they ain't gonna have Daniel Jones for next year because if he just injured his Achilles, that's gonna take him a year. So if you do see him, he ain't gonna play till the end of the season next year. So Indy is in trouble right now for this year, especially for next year, because I don't know what quarter they're gonna get next year because Daniel Jones he's gonna be out most of next year. So Indy, I don't know what you're gonna do, but pull Phillip Rivers in. It's not the best thing to do because if you put the man, he's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get out, and you're gonna look for another quarterback. So Indy's out of their mind right now, but they desperate. They are very desperate.
Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to the beautiful and lovely Evelyn Perez that's in the building. Crown Prince is also in the building as well. What's good with Crown Prince? And shout out to right now watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, Rumble, X. You already know, Bingo Live, TikTok. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday. Y'all could be doing whatever y'all doing, but y'all still come through and show love to Chaos Culture Radio. We really do greatly appreciate you guys. And you guys right now watching us on Bingo Live and also TikTok, don't be afraid to tap that screen and hit that love button. Hit love. Help us get into the algorithm. We really do greatly appreciate you guys, man. You guys don't understand. I'm making Chaos Culture Radio the biggest thing on the planet. Moving along to other trending stuff, man. We're going on to money. This is one of my favorite topics, man. I love talking about money. Money makes the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about more of the job market, the job market, and also when it comes to colleges, what kids going to the college and looking at the job market when it comes to money. As we know, colleges is getting expensive year by year, and it keep raising up. So what that means, as we talked about this before, are we going to see a rise of people and also kids going into trades and everything? Are we going to see a rise in trades because they're cheaper to get? They're yearly less to get because you can get a certificate between 2 to 3 years instead of going to college, get a 4-year degree. And since the college is so expensive, are we going to see a turn of tide of people going into trades? So we do have a clip for you guys. Play the first 3 minutes of it, and after that, we'll chop it up.
The cost of college is soaring. Just in 2005, it was under $14,000 per year on average. Now, it's nearly $40,000 per year.
These soaring costs, diminishing returns in the job market are turning more and more young Americans to trade schools, with more than 1.5 million enrolled in 2023.
Our next guests are helping push more and more young people to buck the trend of a 4-year degree and embrace trade schools. Joining us now, Made by Anderson Brands co-founders Allie Anderson and Corey Anderson. All right, welcome to you both. It's great to see you. I'm so personally interested in this. As I was sharing with you, I've got kids who are teens. They're thinking about what's next. I know the college route. I went down that route. They make it very clear to you how to go that direction. Yep. But if you want to help your kids go another direction, you kind of feel like you got to figure it out on your own. Talk about, Allie, let's start with you. Talk about the opportunities here.
The opportunities are immense right now. I mean, what a great time to join the skilled trades. By 2030, we're going to have over 2 million open jobs for the skilled trades. And so we have started a nonprofit, Iron Warrior Academy, where we're really encouraging students who are interested in that to come join us, where we can teach them all things skilled trades.
Will you operate foundries in Indiana and in South Dakota?
That's correct.
How does the academy work with those two foundries?
So we actually started the academy out of a need for needing workers in our operations. And one thing that we recognized was that if we could get young kids with the right character, we could teach them the skills. And that was really kind of the founding principle behind the Iron Warrior Academy. And so we're really developing characters and skills, because like Mike Rowe says, it's not a skills gap, it's a wills gap. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to solve the problem with will and driving that character, mental toughness, grit, resiliency into these young kids so that they can be good providers and really fit in the skilled trades.
All right, so paint us a picture here. If a kid goes into one of your programs, what are they going to do, and how are they going to grow? Who are they going to become through that program?
Oh, it's so fun to watch. Honestly, this is the best thing we get to do. We operate foundries on our day-to-day, but it's the Iron Warrior Academy stuff that really fills our hearts. Students get exposure to welding, the foundry. They actually get to go and see iron be poured. They leave with a war hammer. They get to go.
That's cool.
Oh, it's incredible.
I might have to sign up for this.
That's right.
Just for the hammer.
I have a mini kettlebell.
Yes.
This is so cool.
So what do you forge in the foundries, and what do the young people learn? What they walk out of the academy and could go get a job doing what?
So we make iron castings that go into all sorts of construction equipment, military defense, power transmission, and then aluminum castings that go primarily into automotive and racing. Mm-hmm. And so we cover a lot of different industries in our manufacturing plants. And so it gives the kids a lot of exposure as to the nice thing about the skilled trades is you get to build with your hands. Yeah. And then they get to see the product that lives on that they built and had a part in. And so that is really a pride thing that we're trying to instill, with the young generation. And that's what we're doing at the
So there you have it. So you see that you talk about how he does like trade programs to help kids get into trades, and hopefully how the economy is and how colleges get more expensive. Maybe we see a slip of more people and kids into the trade industry. So that being said, Ronnie, man, what's your take on that?
I think this is amazing. I think this is beautiful. This is one thing I used to subscribe to Umar Johnson about, how people need to do more trade, especially when it comes to aspect of the Black community. Trade pretty much ain't going anywhere. You're going to continue to need plumbers. You're going to continue to need electrician. You're going to continue to need people that do carpentry. So all of those are so very important. And see, this younger generation are starting to get into that and realize that college is not a scam. To me, I think college should be only used for if you're trying to get like a certain type of degree, but certain things that people go in college for, I think it's a waste of time and it's a waste of money. So people are going to do the trade, which is like a 6-month program to a year or two, be done with it and get into the field that you're trying to get into very, very quickly. Shout out to these younger generation. They are making a different impact. And I'm glad that they're changing that whole route when it comes to trade, because trade is always going to be around. Trade ain't going nowhere. Go ahead, Akeem.
Now, I'm a big advocate for trade, but I'm gonna have to put some people on blast. The state of Florida is the worst place to try to get a trade. Let me tell you why the trade deficit is here. These goofies online, shout outs to them, but they don't really want people to trade. There's a bureaucracy in some of these unions here in the state of Florida. And a lot of people must say, why you sound resentful? I tried to get into the union to become a tradesman and I didn't get in. I did not get in. I'm not going to tell you what factory it is. The plumbers union, the carpenters union, the sheet metal union here in the state of Florida, and the boilermakers union. It's always something like, man, right now we're not taking no applicants. Right now we're not taking no applicants. Apply next year. We need trades, but imagine this, fellas. Why you don't see more kids getting into trades here in certain states? Because we can all recall our friends trying to do it. They never get picked. Isn't that weird to y'all?
Good point. That's the point. And what's the reason is that?
That's the $1 million question. There's a shortage of plumbers and there's a shortage of steel people here in the state of Florida, but they only allow certain people to get in. So they need to restructure how you allow people to come in, especially Americans. I got to preference that. The application process need to be easier. Some of these people still doing the application process on paper. Like, you're never going to advance this in nowhere or get young people if you make it difficult. The trades unions are still stuck in a time zone. They need to fire all these old guys that's there, put some young people there so people can start coming in there and get trades. I'll land right there.
Yeah, Kim, that's the case. Then the Florida need to come to California and take a strategy of what's going on over here, because the unions out here, they don't play. Like if anything when it comes to groceries, teachers, anything, like for here, like to me, California, basically Southern California, is union capital for anywhere, any type of job that you have. If there's a certain section you want to work at, I guarantee there's a certain type of union that you can join and they can help you out and everything. And they don't play like that. So when it comes to these trades and everything, I would definitely love to see more schools, especially public schools, have some type of trade program in the summertime or do something during the school year, do something like that. Because because of how you go to some of these colleges that some degrees is like, okay, you don't need necessarily degree. That's a waste of money, waste of time. But if you step into the trade and everything, when it comes to plumbers, construction, welding, anything like that, you'll definitely be ready for that. And to me, hopefully we can see the turn of the tide that hopefully a lot of these parents to say, yo, if you got a boy or a girl, say, hey, if college doesn't work out or anything, military, hey, look at the trade, start them early, start them in middle school, anything like that. So once they could build that skill and everything, and then they're ready, and then once they graduate and then they go to the school, and they'll have some type of credits, and they could maybe breeze by a little bit and get their certificate a little bit faster. That'll be wonderful and everything. But Hakeem, but hearing you what's going on in Florida when it comes to that, man, that's terrible. And California, they don't play like union, like, yo, if you gonna try to get this job, they gonna fight for you. And that's what I love about California, because the union I'm at right now, even though I'm in grocery union right now, like I always get a raise once or twice a year, and I'm not happy about that. So Florida need to step up, because California, they don't play around like that. They don't.
No, go ahead. I can't. You was gonna say something.
Yeah, he said, yeah, and I'm only saying this from my own personal experience. I tried to get into the plumbers union. I went in 3 years straight, fellas. 3 years straight. I had 3 interviews with the plumbers union, and I never got in it. Never got like you had. Listen, I had to get an interview to get to the plumbers union to get in their apprenticeship program.
Is that tough?
Bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, because remember you dealing with people that have connections, the power of connections, and then you have other people that favor another group of people. So you dealing
Thank
with
you. I love how you said that. I love how you said that.
Yeah, but I only say that, but I ain't want to put race into it, but it's true. Sometimes it depends on your race. If you're not like a Hispanic or white American, they sometimes overlook you, especially if you're African American and a black man in America. You already know it's always hard for a black man in America. We talk about that a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is. It's always hard for a black man in America.
When we talk about that, they say we're crying. If I'm telling you, I went 3 years straight and I applied to become a plumber's apprentice and I did not get it. Why should I need experience to become a plumber's apprentice? Why would I have to go 3 years straight? I should be done in 5 years. I wasted 3 years applying. So these people say, oh, kids, you're not going to see more and more black kids getting to the trades. They're not letting them in.
That's true. You're not wrong.
Look at the state of Florida. Look at the construction trade. How many you see them? You don't think I went to try to become a carpenter, an iron worker, and all that? Yeah.
You're right, Hakeem. Like, I've been in Florida. I'm in Miami a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's still the same.
Still the same. Why you think more and more people get into trucking? Because you can't stop nobody in trucking. Why you think a lot of these Haitians are getting CDL license and drive? Damn near the whole Naples, Florida are filled with truck drivers who went and got their own truck and bought houses. Why they're not in trade? Why they're not steel workers, iron workers, plumbers, the stuff that needs to be in the state of Florida? Come on, man. Let's stop playing games here.
Yeah, but you ain't lying, man. Like Evelyn Perez came in and shout out to her. She said we have people who don't want to retire in these jobs. It's sad. It is true. Shout out to also White House in the building. King Young would shit on us senior citizens. Also,
you right.
Also said seniors lives matter. We need to work to stay alive, which is also a fact. Joe No Hurt, blessed be upon you. He said, brother, come January, I'll be at my job for 25 years. That's pretty good. To say was tough, them seeing a brother survive that long.
That's a blessing.
At you.
That is.
That's a blessing.
Hurdle, man. That's a blessing.
25 years is a long time in a company.
Yes, man.
And I hope the company does value you, but it is. They don't know. They normally don't see it like a brother stay in a company for that many years. Normally, a person will leave within the first 5 years. Or they'll be the last one hired and the first one fired.
Basically,
that's also been said too as well. So I'm not gonna lie, I know it's hard for black men in America. I never say it was easy.
Thank you.
But that was easy. That's a lie.
But here's the thing: when we convey these things, people think that. I had somebody say that was your application filled out correctly. I had somebody told me.
I hate that. I hate when they say.
So you know what I mean?
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's them pretty much letting you know that you're not gonna get it.
Right.
Yeah. And so it's frustrating because I'm not only thinking about me, I'm also thinking about my, like, you know what I mean? My future.
Yeah, of course.
My future kids, and I want them to be in trades or stuff. The best thing to do is to go to a school like Lindsey Hopkins or something where you learn welding and then you go look for a job after that. To try to get into the plumbers union, the apprenticeship program, it's a joke. It is a joke.
Connection. I think you got to start at that time. If you really was trying to get into it, you got a network.
But Ron, here's the thing: if there's a shortage of plumbers, electricians, why you need connection if there's a demand for it? You should be opening the gates and allowing the max that you can get let in.
That's true.
Nobody know, but at the same time, even though it's a shortage. Remember, they're gonna give people less than you because they're gonna pay them less than you who
Yeah,
actually did the internship program because they know if you did an internship program, they gotta pay you more. So why pay you more when I can find, if for example, I can find a Mexican on the street who I can just pay like $5-6 to and he'll do the job and work long hours.
yeah. And this is why when we start,
they always come back to money. That was money. People don't realize how important money is. It always come back to money. If I can pay you less, I'd rather get that person than paying the guy that actually can pay more. Even though the guy that I'm paying less don't have no experience, don't know what the hell he doing, but I know if I teach him, he works hard, pretty much everything good to go. That's how it is, bro. That's why I say this. When you understand capitalism is at its finest, I think we already talked about that. That's how it is, bro. It's sad to say, but it's the truth.
you're
But it is
100%
hard for black
right.
man in America. It's
Yeah,
very, when I mean black man in America, I mean the Africans, the Haitians, all of them. It's hard.
and listen, the Hispanics, a lot of our Hispanic brothers are Puerto Ricans who are feeling it too, because a lot of them in Orlando are trying to get jobs. And some here, I want people to understand here, we're not asking for a free ride. We do not want handouts. We want to work for what we want. And this is why when we start to put Trump into the equation, I don't want to. I
Thank you.
like people.
Why I just said it. He just cleared up. Look, illegal immigrants are taking the job in plumbing. There you
Okay,
go.
listen, that's what I was about to say. So when Trump comes in here and wants to get rid of a lot of this to make the playing field even, who's not going to want to vote for him when he's changing the tides?
See, now if you go there, Hakeem, that's a whole nother.
It's a whole nother topic because it's going to hurt people's feelings.
Because he, even though Trump is getting rid of the working class immigrant, but then yet he gives regular American who, like you were talking about, Hakeem, that went to school, opportunity to go and apply at these jobs.
Yeah, these union and stuff like that. So they said
immigrants are going back to their home. So now the job market is free. You should go ahead and apply for these jobs and get what you
basically. You know what I mean? Or allowing somebody to become an apprentice and he don't speak no English, but I'm here trying to get into the same union for the last 3-4 years. Like I'm at a certain age now. I don't know if I can handle going into the union now. You get what I'm trying to say, fellas? When like it should have been. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. When I was like literally in my 30s, I would have been already a master plumber by now.
Right? Yeah.
You know me, started my own. Huh?
I said you ain't lying though. You ain't lying.
You ain't lying. Probably start your own business. You know,
business. I could have passed that on to my son. The only thing I could do now is start a transportation company. I got my CDLs. We're gonna move freight and build the business behind that and do that. So I land right there.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, click all go. We do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. But I'm glad we went over this topic because this is really good. You know, somebody that may rewatch the show, see this talking about the trade, they might give their opinion about it too as well. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Moving on to hip hop. Hip hop. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of hip hop news, big dog?
Let's get into it. So the game was interviewed on Club Shay Shay today, was posted on his YouTube page. And one of the questions that Shannon Sharp asked him, is he the best rapper in Compton? And the game say, oh yeah, I'm the best. I'm clearly the best rapper in Compton. And he was explaining why he's the best rapper in Compton. So go ahead, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Best rapper from Compton?
I'm definitely the best rapper from Compton.
Definitely?
Definitely.
Who's the best rapper on the West Coast today?
Game.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah, it ain't. That's it.
Ain't nobody getting at you?
Can't nobody out-rap me, man. And anybody that knows will know. Because people can't, even if you are, like, no one can do what I can do. Like, no one has my skill set. Because not only do I have the ability to wrap circles around people, I'm also with all the bullshit too, if it came down to that. So it's like I'm the best rapper in this town.
Damn, game. I mean, the OG, man. There's some OGs, some heavyweights. I mean, Cube, Snoop.
I love Cube, but Cube can't out-rap me. I love Cube. And by the way, the reason that Cube can't out-rap me is because I used Cube's legacy to help me sharpen.
Right.
I used Snoop's legacy to help me sharpen myself. I used Dr. Dre, NWA. So it's like those guys came before me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like Kobe, right? You know Kobe watched Mike growing up.
For sure,
right?
absolutely.
But
you see the way he walked. You see the way he chewed that gum. He
Okay.
got the wristband on his elbow.
now Mike, in Kobe's prime, Mike couldn't hold Kobe.
No.
But that's because he came before him and he done with it.
Right.
I'm not saying if I was in 1992 with Cube might be able to,
Yeah.
go crazy.
Right.
But right now, like, nah, it's not a rapper on the West that's better than me.
That's Cole Shannon to get.
Yep, so there you have it. Game said he's the best rapper in Compton. So, Ronnie, do you agree or disagree?
With Evelyn, that's his opinion. Everybody's entitled to his own opinion. But let's be honest here. Do Game got Grammys like the way Kendrick Lamar got Grammys? Do you got Grammy like Ice Cube got Grammy? Do you got Grammy like Snoop got Grammy? To be honest here, if I'm not mistaken, the Game was one of the people that used to mimic other people's lyrics and use it as his own. So him being one of the greatest rapper in Compton, I find it to be very, very historical. Don't get me wrong. It's good to boast yourself. It's good to have pride in your work and everything, and your craft and your craftsmanship. So of course you go to a platform like Club Shay Shay, and anything you say is pretty much going to go viral because he has a very strong impact on, you already know, viewership. Therefore, he does. He want to put pride in his work, and he has the right to. As a man, you want to put pride in his work, but we don't want to be delusional here. The Game, I give the Game his credit. In the 90s, he was doing his thing, but as we was heading to the 2000s and going right now to this era, nobody really talking about the Game like that. But they keep talking about Ice Cube. Ice Cube went on tour. It was sold out. You know that, right? So Ice Cube tour was sold out. Snoop was pretty much on death row. Kendrick Lamar pretty much killing the Game. You already saw he destroyed Dre when it came to aspect of the beef. Where's Game? Go ahead, Akeem.
I'm gonna have to go with what Joe Don't Hurt Him said. First album is a classic. Everything out there is debatable. And mind you, let's remember, on that first album, his most classic hits, 50 Cent had to write for him. Now, let's get that out the way.
Done.
Bar for bar, I can name several people out of the West Coast who can go bar for bar with him. We're talking about Lackeys, J-Rock, Isaiah Rashad. We're talking about then what's the other boy? The dude who can't see with the glasses. And then we're talking about Kendrick himself, who is a monster of his own. And there's other guys there who can actually rap. So the fact that he says this, he always name drops in his lyrics. That's not bars. Like, that's not bars. Like, you got a classic album, but as far as we talking about bar for bar, no disrespect, and he need to sit down. Kendrick will wash him on his bad day.
Yeah, absolutely. At the time the Game came out, I was a big fan of G Unit. So when the Game came out with his documentary album, I was a big fan. That's Joe Don't Hurt. That was absolute classic. Sure, I might listen to it when I get done, but him being the best in Compton, to me that's very debatable, and he knows that. So I get why he's saying that with your chest and everything, But yeah, it's very debatable. Him being the best of the best and everything. So. Like I said, right now, Kendrick, like I said, he's doing this, and if he keep doing this, Kendrick Lamar might be the supreme best in the Compton coming out. So sorry, gang, I love you, man, but I don't think you're the best. It's debatable.
It's debatable, but he's not. But remember, as a man, you want to take pride in your work. You want to say, "I'm the best." Like we used to on Chaos Culture Radio, we said we're going to be the biggest thing on the planet. You wanna boast yourself up because it makes you want to go out there even harder, but at the same time, you don't want to be delusional. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, Rumble, X, Bingo Live, and TikTok. We thank you guys so very much for tuning in each and every time we go live. You already know we got a lot of things to talk about. First thing first, we're going over there to Whitney Williams again. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to the aspect of her attorney say guardianship should be going by the end of this year?
Yeah, so the interview was talking to Whitney Williams' lawyer and talk about really about her guardianship and the question really is when we will see Whitney Williams' guardianship end soon. The lawyer was saying it could be over by year's end, but hopefully it will end soon. So let's hear from Whitney Williams' lawyer, and after that we'll chop it up.
Getting ready to file her new medical assessment to a New York court and demand her guardianship be terminated for good.
What's the plan you have to get her out of the guardianship, and when can we expect some movement in court?
The plan is this. There are guardianship attorneys, and we're watching and waiting. They've assured Wendy by year's end she'll be out of guardianship. No guardianship should feel like a sentence. And honestly, Wendy's does. Wendy's feels like a sentence.
In whose interest is it to keep her in a guardianship if, in fact, it's not deemed necessary?
Yeah, that's a great question. A cynic would say, oh, the guardian gets paid a lot of money to be the guardian in this case. Wendy's money.
When I talked to her, she said it was $18,000 a month she was paying this
approximately,
facility.
Yeah, imagine. Just imagine of her money, not the state's money, her money, for a place where she is imprisoned.
Wendy's legal team now getting ready to file.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of what Wendy Williams' lawyers talk about. Hopefully it will end real soon because, he was saying a guardianship that she's paying over $18,000 a month. That's a lot of money. But other than that, Ronnie, what's your take on this?
Yeah, that is a lot of money. $18,000 a month for a guardianship. That to me, I think that's a crazy amount of money. And remember, she spoke about it on the Breakfast Club and also in other interview how her guardianship was pretty much taking her money and that she was losing her freedom. So now she got a new lawyer, pretty much got a new lawyer team that's trying to get her out of that guardianship and let Whitney Williams be a free woman, do what she like to do best. It's to run wild and free and be able to go and do more interviews and get her bags right back up. But $18,000, that's a crazy amount of money. So I'm with the lawyer on that one. That's insane. Go ahead, Akeem. Your thoughts on it?
I pray for her. I just think it's so wild that she's even in this mess. I know she did need help. And you know what's so sad about this, Ron? Regardless she was in that guardianship, if she was with her family, they took advantage of her too. Remember, and don't quote me on this, I don't know if this is true. This could be alleged. Didn't her son started spending some money from her account or something?
Yeah, that is alleged. That was she was saying. Correct.
Yeah, that's alleged. Yeah.
That we're alleged. And she was saying, so it's hard. Like you and I know whenever somebody is sick, money's like the root of all evil. People can take advantage of whoever. And it's sad to see that she has nobody who can really care about her. If she was poor, people would have no choice but to help her from the kindness of her heart. And they could not take advantage because she had if she didn't have anything. The fact that she has money, $18,000 is draining from her account when she's not working and she's not getting paid. So how fast they're burning through that money before she's going to be flat broke? Think about it.
Yeah, absolutely, Akeem. I mean, remember, what's her name? Her ex-brother, her ex-husband is still trying to get some money off of her as well of the position that she in. So, yeah, man, it's just I hate to see Wendy Williams like that. Going through this conservatorship that she has to spend money and everything. And I hear that she does feel like she's in a prison because she really can't do nothing. So hopefully the lawyers can work the best way she can and end this conservatorship really soon. And with that, even though sometimes he might not be well when it comes to her thinking and everything, but if she wants to spend her own money any kind of way she wants to, that's on her. She does not need to be in a conservatorship to spend somebody else's money. So lawyers will fight hard and hopefully it'll end real soon.
And like I shout out to Jordan on her, said Irony or Whitney, who had a powerful voice, now is voiceless. Strong comment, which is absolutely true. She used to, but remember, they say she was dealing with dementia. She was dealing with a lot of illness, so that's why she was not able to speak. It was a lot of lies. And then when she was on the Breakfast Club, did an amazing interview, it made it seem like, okay, I think they're making the thing up so they could just take her money. And also, while I came in for you, Jordan said, Jordan, we love dog.
I'll show her at the end, towards the end of the show.
They missed the
I'll do
dog.
it occasionally. I'll show her at the end.
She's the only one who thought it was a sad look at Britney Spears. Look at it's sad look. Look at Britney Spears. It's sad. Britney Spears is another one who's pretty much lost herself.
And they got her when she was young.
Boy. Moving on to other trending news. We're moving on to Georgia. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of the Georgia mother and her son?
Yeah, so this went viral. So one of the Georgia's, one of a student is getting well viral because one of the girl students slapped him, and it was also recorded. And when she slapped him, he really defended himself and threw her and everything, and it got a lot of commotions and everything. And also the mom was really talking about it, how she really didn't see the problem. He was just defending herself because. The boy student got slapped. There's another video that said that he's been slapped multiple times, which that has been shown, but it showed that once he got slapped, he was really defending himself, and the mother was taking his son's side of it. But other than that, we do have a clip, so go ahead, play the clip, and after that, we'll jump it up.
That you can only see here on 11 Alive, showing a Snellville middle school boy throw his female classmate into some desk before walking out of the room. 11 Alive's Chase Howell spoke to the mother of the boy who's in that video, who says people have it all wrong, and she has proof.
It was this slap that Adriana Cotton says set her son Derek over the edge.
I guess it was a slap in the face the first time. Something was said after that. He just scrolled on his phone. It happened a few more times where she hit him repeatedly. And the part that the video that I showed you was the last slap that she did before he finally retaliated.
On Friday, I interviewed Paradise Muhammad, the girl you see slapping Derek before getting thrown. The video we showed you originally was given to me by her family, and it only showed part of the full video. And while we were unable to get a hold of Cotton yesterday, she ended up reaching out with an extended version of the clip. But here's how Paradise answered me when I asked if she hit her classmate during our interview.
Did you smack him 3 times?
No, wasn't no.
Because the person at the school I talked to said there's video of you hitting the kid 3 times before he snatched you up. Is that true?
No.
But does Cotton think her son took things too far? I asked.
Do you think that your son went overboard with how he handled the situation when this 115-pound girl slapped him in the face?
Absolutely not. And I say that because I teach my girls to keep their hands to themselves. If they were to hit a male, expect to get hit back like one. That's how I was raised. And then when it comes to my men, my young boys becoming men, if a female is putting their hands on you and you have all right to defend yourself, don't hit them back because you can seriously hurt them. Restrain them, some way, somehow restrain them and then walk away. That's exactly what my son did.
Understandably, both parents are upset about what happened to their kids, but both believe the situation could have been prevented had the teacher stepped in before it escalated. In Snellville, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
So with that being said, Ryan, do you agree with the mother?
I do agree with the mother. Don't put your hand. This thing about these a lot of these
nothing wrong.
Go ahead, Hakeem. What you was gonna say?
No, I see nothing. I see nothing wrong here.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong, and I think the mother taught her son well. Like, don't put your hand on, restrain her, but don't physically slap her or punch her, because remember, a guy's strength is 10 times stronger than a woman's strength. Now, you don't get me wrong, even though there is women boxers, but still a man gonna outpower a woman at any time, and there's also been proven scientifically on that too as well. So the mother did the right thing. Hey, don't put your hand. Girls should not put their hands on the boy. Hey, keep in mind, I guarantee you that little girl saw a music video probably from Sexy Red or somebody online and try to mimic that and think it's all right and it's cool. It is not cool. Don't put your hands on people's kids, period. Period. And even as an adult, as you get older, don't put your hands on people at all. Like me, I don't even put my hands on people. I'd rather just walk away and don't escalate the situation because it could get deadly. Now, the mother did a tremendous job, but I want to know y'all guys' take on it. Go ahead, Akeem.
Hear me out. We've taught men never to hit women. That's the basis of this whole thing. Even when a woman hits you, but nobody's telling a woman never to hit a man. And women have a bit of a leniency when it comes to that they can just expel their frustration on a man regardless of whatever happens. That's gotta that's stopping with this generation. Women, I'm telling you right now, you do not have the right to hit a man unless you're not defending yourself. Unless that's really it. Unless you're not defending yourself. If you're not defending yourself, there's no reason to hit a man. Just because you're angry, just because he cheated on you, just because somebody stole money on you, expect to get your ass whooped. These young boys today are not like the generation I come from. You could beat my butt and I won't hit you. And I'll take my licks. You could probably even unalive me and I might won't hit you. That's how a lot of y'all like that. But don't be surprised if these young dudes who are not going to sit down and let you try to hurt them, unalive them, or do anything like that. Now, if I'm from the era where you put your hands on me, I got to go call some girls from the projects to come beat you up. Now that's a case for me and my friends. What if I don't want to put my friends in that type of case situation? That's the era I'm from. Any woman ever touch me, I said, I'm just going to make a call and get this shit handled. Get a bunch of the girls from out the projects to come break this out. Keep your hands to yourself, ladies. If you're not defending yourself, please do not put your hand on none of these young guys. They're not playing. These guys are not putting their hands on you. So if a person cheat, steal, you go call police and do that. But other than that, you do not have the right to put your hand on somebody.
Yeah, Ken, you pretty much say everything I wanted to say. Just keep, and people in general, men or women, please keep your hands to yourself, because if you start hitting each other, it could go very, very bad. I'm teaching my daughter, you keep your hands to yourself. If somebody started hitting you, we'll talk about it, but do not strike first. Keep your hands to yourself all times. As long as you don't do that, everything will go smooth. But you start hitting people, it could go really, really bad. Simple.
Before we go to the main topic on today's show, on Why High Conversation, said government officials are putting men in bad situations where women are taking advantage of the law. We know that. We spoke about that before, how the law pretty much favors the woman all the time. That's why men have to be very strategic and smart. Don't put your hands on a woman, restrain her, and then call authority or call. And if it's a little boy that's in middle school, call the teacher like, hey, this girl putting her hands on me, you better get her before I knock her out. You know what I mean? So these hood girls, I'm telling you, they always think it's okay to do that, and it's not okay. Don't put your hands on no man, period. And man, don't put your hands on no woman either. I want to make that clear too as well. Main topic on today's show. So Jordan, you saying that Trump said black people love him?
Yeah, so Trump was in a rally in Pennsylvania yesterday, and talked about different topics and everything. But one big thing he talked about was the black people. He said black people love him. So Trump, they love him as president. He said they know a scam better than anybody. And we do have a clip of him saying this. So go ahead, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Trump, I got the biggest vote. I got the biggest vote with black people. They know a scam better than anybody. They know what it is to be scammed. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. We did great. Thank you. I like this guy. Let me tell you, black people love Trump. I got the biggest.
Yeah, so I don't know. He was trying to get some street cred or whatever, but he said it, and of course, him saying that, it went viral, everywhere, Instagram, X, and everything. And a lot of people got their opinions about Trump, especially black people. But other than that, Ronnie, what's your take on this?
Well, shout out to everyone coming through. She's laughing. According to Politico, they're talking about Trump made big gains with black voters in 2024.
Yeah,
which is a fact. I'm not making that up. He did, and then you had a lot of black Democrats went over there and became black Republicans, and they voted for Donald Trump. But we knew that was going to happen. I told you, majority of people was not going to vote for Kamala Harris. Even though there was a small set of men who did vote for Kamala Harris, at the end of the day, majority of them was going to vote for Trump because remember, a lot of black men are pretty much very conservative. And also very patriotic. So their mind is on, okay, pretty much was America first. So he did gain a lot of black voters. Not only that, when you go look around, especially in certain states like the state of Georgia, Texas, and Pennsylvania, you see a lot of black men wearing the MAGA hat. Hopefully Hakeem doesn't have a MAGA hat, but a lot of them are wearing the MAGA hat. They're very
that stupid.
support of Trump. People always questioning me why I voted for Trump. I told them I think he was the best candidate for the job, and it wasn't me trying to be biased towards Kamala Harris, but to me, she just was doing the same thing Joe Biden was doing. I don't think it would have made any more improvement. I understand the country now is not in a great shape, but compared to Joe Biden running the country, this thing was running to the pigsty. So go ahead, Hakeem. What's your thoughts on that one?
It's the lesser of two evils, and you're gonna have to pick one evil that best suits you. And he was the best candidate. And I want people to understand, like, inflation was inevitable to happen, prices was going to happen. This tends to happen every 10 or so years, where we have a reset in the economy. So people might think that, it was Trump and this. There were things that were set in motion before even Trump even got into office. Before even Joe Biden got out in the office, it was something around the Obama era. So just imagine that. So people need to understand economics. So when we say Trump galvanized black voters, imagine this. I could name a couple for you. Trump is the only president to publicly acknowledge black Americans. Publicly. I can give you an example. One where he said birthright citizenship were for the slaves of black Americans. That was they made for. That's another one. Two, he talks about Americans not being able to get their jobs, black American real jobs. A lot of the jobs that black Americans could have filled are taken by immigrants, construction, working at plants, working at factories, things that black Americans were doing. And Jordan can pick up behind me on this. Detroit, Michigan, Pittsburgh, a lot of these factory steel mill towns. You know what I mean? Jordan repeatedly have said that his grandfather worked at a major car manufacturer, was able to take care of the whole family. And
my grandparents and my grandmother, yeah.
They did not need a degree at that time. So imagine this. If you got a black American in America who cannot get a job, or a Puerto Rican American, or a Guan American, because these are Americans. For a lot of people who don't think Puerto Rico been a part of America, these are Puerto Ricans. Yeah, they speak Spanish, but they're Americans. And these people who are not able to get jobs, who you think they're going to vote? I'll land right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but yeah, back in but last year, when we had the voting process and everything, I remember, last year, before the voting, we found clips of a lot of black people around southern states voted for Trump and everything, and we did see a little percentage of a lot of people, a percentage, especially some black people, especially black men, voted for Trump and everything, even though majority of people voted for Kamala and everything. So, but other than that, with this, when it comes to Black History Month, you're gonna see Trump really acknowledge that. And also Juneteenth, he does acknowledge that as well. And also when it comes to Trump, You know, to me, it's fair to judge him when he's done when he's done with his term and everything, to really judge him and everything. So for me, you know, I can't say anything right now. So I'm gonna wait till his second term is up, and after that, I will be the judge if he did a good job or he did a terrible job as the second term as president.
There you have it. And Joe Horner comes in. He say, "Brother, why can't he just say black voters love some Trump? Just hurts when he say the blacks." Because everybody know it's something that he been saying for a long time. And now that White House coming from the Joe Biden administration, say they flood Americans with illegal immigrants and some of black Americans black Americans without jobs. Yeah, and remember the whole agenda was for them to bring in illegal immigrants so they can win more votes. And you saw that fails. So it is what it is, man. But shout out to President Trump and shout out to the black voters that voted for President Trump. And I hope they are happy with the decision they made. Because a lot of people say, how do the Trump supporters feel now with everything going on? Some people say just give Trump some time and see how things turn out. Moving along to other trending news, Jordan, what's going on with Michael Anker II? Revealed that his father did not tell him.
Yeah, so Michael Anker was on what's her name? She was on
I think it's Tamara
Hall show, and he was discussing both his parents of his father D'Angelo, and also the Angie Stone who's passing. So I think this is his first time really coming to the public to talk about both of his parents passing. So go ahead and play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Did not tell you he had pancreatic cancer. As I understand, you learned, and so many parents do this, right? They think they're shielding us by not telling us. My understanding is you got a phone call from uncles who told you.
Well, I knew he was in the hospital, but I didn't really know how bad it was. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know he had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer?
No, but I kind of put two and two together.
How so?
You know, he called me on FaceTime and I seen him.
You saw him?
And you know, I seen what I saw, and then I started calling my uncles like, man, what's going on? What's going on? And they, you know, he had kind of told everybody, don't tell me. You know, he's like, because you going through enough, you know, whatever. But yeah, I ended up getting that call, man. You know, both my uncles called me at the same time.
Your father.
And they basically just gave me the news, so I hurried up, got myself together, packed the bag, and went up there to go be with him.
You came to New York to be with your dad.
For sure.
You grew up, as I said, with two iconic parents, but they are just your parents.
Right.
So I'm picturing this young man. How old are you now, Michael?
28.
You're 28. You're a baby, right?
Yeah.
You're walking into this hospital, but now you're there. You walk into
my mom, you know, she passed on my birthday, like the morning after my birthday, and it's like, you know, me and her talk so much, so that's like my best friend. So after it happened, it's like it's just a silence. That was the craziest thing about it. Everything is so quiet. You know, if you riding around Atlanta, you know, you might be driving for an hour and a half. You know, in that hour and a half, my mama is gonna call me to talk about nothing. Like, she's just gonna do that, you know. And, you know, sometimes, you know, while she was here, it was like, oh my God, what she want? But it's like, man, I swear to God, I'd give anything to get one of them calls again, you know. On my birthday, she got the news that she got approved for her kidney. You know what I'm saying? So.
The proximity of this news, you learned on your birthday she'd been approved for the kidney. You were supposed to be with her. She told you go celebrate your birthday.
Yeah.
And not come on the road. She wanted you to be able to enjoy your life.
Yeah.
She was on the road.
Yeah.
And you got word about the accident.
Yeah, so I went out that night, you know, went to the club or whatever. You know, I had these 2 new records I was putting out, so I went to the club, had the DJ play it, you know, got a good reception or whatever. So I get in the car, I'm trying to call my mama to tell her like, man, these new songs bumping, man, they gonna work, man. We would talk like that. But on my birthday, she got the news that she got approved for. She didn't answer, so I think she called me. By the time I got home and passed out, she had called me, but I missed that call. And then probably like 6 in the morning, my auntie Blondie and my auntie Deltonia, they came just busting my crib. They like, wake up, wake up. And I'm like, I be confused when I wake up in the morning, but I'm like, what's going on? Like, why y'all here? And they not telling me nothing. They just trying to get my sister on the phone because they want to tell both of us at the same time. So by the time they got my sister on the phone, they let me know that she was in an accident. She had already passed away then, but they didn't tell me that. They was just like, you need to get down here. So, I rode that whole way from Atlanta to Alabama, just kind of like holding out hope, like that she was gonna make it. But the more she didn't call me, it's like I knew what was going on.
Yeah, man. It's just very sad to hear, hear about, both of his parents, how they passed, and him really speak about publicly, being, with his mama driving down, and seeing that, she was all had a feeling, and also his father passing, man. Just hearing them, man, just very, very sad to hear. But other than that, Ronnie, what's your take on this?
How can you tell a man to stay strong when he lost two parents at the same time? He lost his mother in a bad fatal car accident, and then he lost his daddy to pediatric cancer. That man is dealing with a difficult time right now, and that was a lot of people fail to realize when the parent's gone, and then you miss like those moments when you could call on them and tell them about your celebration, your wins and your L's, and now you don't have that anymore because your parents are on transition to the next life. It's tough because I know how I feel to lose a parent and how to lose someone that you really care about. So it's not like an easy thing to do. And days go by when you want to just hear that person's voice again, but you know that you may never be able to because they on transition to the next life. I can't tell a man to stay strong in the aspect of that, man. That's a traumatic experience he went through, and hopefully he'll be a father. I don't know if he have children or not, but when he eventually have kids, he'll be a great light to his kids, so they're gonna have those great moments like he did. But he had two great legends pretty much in his blood. Go ahead, Akeem.
Ron, I think you best said it. How can you tell a person when they lose two parents in a span of, I don't know if it was a year or a couple months apart? The only thing that was a bit troubling to me, which I'm going to tell everybody here, we don't know when our time is. We don't know when our time is to go. You don't know when your time is going. The fact that his dad lived in New York and he was in Atlanta, and that you didn't know what was going on, he didn't know, lets me know that they didn't have a close relationship. That's the trouble thing. And I'm gonna tell anybody here, our parents, we see them, they're not gonna live forever. Any beef you got with a cousin, uncle, friend, sister, patch that up. See them more often. I know life get busy, but you're gonna be crying every day when you're not able to spend time with them. And like you said, I wanna hear their voice. I wanna hear they talk. You're not gonna feel, the pain's gonna hurt you a little bit more when you didn't get that chance to speak to them. You feel me? Compared to somebody who was there up until the point. The fact that he had to go take a bus, I wanted him to be there. If you know your dad was, as soon as you know your dad was admitted to the hospital, that's the time you go to New York and be there for the whole 3-6 months until he passed away. So you can get that last bit of time. Or even before that, years before that. So build that relationship.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah, this to hear the story, especially Angie, just being that terrible car accident, and just so you just talked to your mom the other night, and then other than that, and then the next morning, your family's coming and say, yo, you gotta, we go to Alabama, you used to be in a car accident and everything, and then driving down there and then having to feel like your parent, Angie is gone. It's tragic, yo. So I just know, lose both of his parents in the same year. I know it's gonna be a long grieving process for him, and just keep my prayers up to him. That's all I can say with that.
Jordan Hunter comes in, he said, we are getting up there in age. Please check on all other brothers to get checked, to save a life. No, I do agree with checkup is very important. And also it's also good to check up on your loved one. Evelyn Perez come in, she said, life is too short. Appreciate your loved one. That is absolutely facts. I preach about that all the time. Always check up on your loved one. Always spend time with your loved one. Like Akeem stated, we work so very hard. However, you still want to make time for your loved one. I'm telling you, because life is going by fast, guys. Look, we already in December, about to get ready to go into the new year, 2026. We thought that would never come to pass. And look, it's coming to pass. It's a sign. She told him to enjoy his birthday, but really she was letting him know that she was going. It's saying when you should have been there for her on his birthday. It is. My opinion. It is. Last topic on today's show, we moving along to Blueface. Jordan, what's going on with Blueface saying pretty much letting people know that don't have no expectation of him?
Yeah, so Blueface, he was in the prison for a couple years, and when somebody leaves out of prison, you kind of expect somebody, do better, do better with their lives and everything. But according to Blueface, they say, yo, when it comes to me being a better person, why y'all put by it? He said, don't put the expectation on me. He said, I was in prison, I was in another gang members and everything. So, I'm gonna keep doing kind of saying I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. That's kind of basically what he was saying. Don't expect me to do, try to do charity, anything like that. I'm going to be me. So let's hear from Blueface, and after that we'll chop it up.
Yeah, I know I'm fresh out of prison, right? I wasn't in the Navy, I wasn't in the Army, I wasn't in college, ICDC. I think y'all need to find out what goes on in prison. See, I got the wrong idea. I think people go to prison.
Blueface!
It's good, bro.
Blueface!
I'm dead on me. It's 100 with... Hey, it's 100 with no nation. TV. Like I was saying, nigga, get that shit off your mind of, oh, he's this, he's that. Dead homies, I'm fresh off the yard, schoolyard crib. Like, do your homework on what's going on in prison. Do your research. Niggas in there squabbling, niggas in there backbiting, niggas in there manipulating, niggas in there. Yeah, I know I'm fresh out of cut all that, oh, you supposed to be grown up better. Bitch, I was around gangbangers all day. Look at my face. Do I look like I got better? Scare crib. Stop playing with the game. Like, I went to prison. I was around gangbangers all day. With the mad face, with the crib face. Like, imagine walking around like that all day. You think motherfuckers gonna get better? Like, no. I get better as y'all appreciate me being out on the streets. Bro, you niggas square as fuck. Oh, he hasn't changed. No, bitch. Really own that. Dude, really put belt to ass.
After that, what's your take on this, Ronnie?
Blueface need to go seek help. He needs it. He needs to sit on somebody's couch. Because remember, going to prison could really mess up a man's psychological processing and what's really going through his mind. As you can see, he got a lot of tattoo on his face. Everything about his energies has been off ever since he came out of jail. So I think he needs to go and seek help before he goes right back in jail. And like Krishan Ross did stated that at one point, she mentioned that she think it's better for him to stay in jail because it might save his life. And she may have a point because Blueface hasn't been right ever since he came out of jail. So I'm worried and I'm concerned that he might do something that might really harm somebody or harm himself. So he need to go and sit on somebody's couch and get the help he needs. Hopefully that's part of his probationary period. Go ahead, Akeem. I don't know, did we lose Akeem?
Honestly, like, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say it like this. Blueface say don't have no expectation of him. Don't be an entertainer. A lot of these entertainers need to understand they have a responsibility because kids are following them. People look up to him. So him still saying I'm a schoolyard crip and all this and that, like, is that what he wants to promote? Is that what he wants to promote to his own kids? Like, you can't want the best for your kids and not want the best for your fans. So if your kids got expectations for you, why you don't want the why can't we have an expectation? We buy your records, we watch your shows, we go to your concert. And for you to say, oh, I'm fresh out of prison, I've been in gang members all day. Nobody care about that. You're not an active gang member now. You see what I'm trying to say? So it just sounds idiotic for him to say that when you've gotten another chance in life. I land right there.
Absolutely, yo. And you made a great point about, set it separate for your kids and everything. You have no choice to be better. You got 3 kids, you got to take care of them and everything. So if you say stuff like that, you always say, hey, don't expect anything from me. Like, come on, Blueface, think better. Like, I know you was in jail. I know you got more tattoos. It is what it is, whatever. But you out now. You bring that fresh air. You're not in prison anymore. So I'm likely, like, if I get out of prison to be with my kids, my family, I want to do something that's better, so I don't go back. I mean, that's should be the obvious thing to do. But I guess Blueface got thinking another way, and I guess he's gonna do what he's always gonna be doing.
Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, special shout out to everybody that's watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow us so you never miss what we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X, Bingo Live, TikTok. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in each and every time we go live. Like always, shout out to the beautiful and lovely Evelyn Perez that's in the building. And also, why high, Jordan showed the dog at the end. Hopefully you are here. He is showing the dog right now. He is showing his dog right now. The dog's grown now. How many years the dog is now, Jordan? 5?
She's 13. She's old. She's
13?
about 13.
Wow.
Yeah, she's old.
She don't even bark like she used to anymore. She's quiet.
Oh, she does. Don't tip her now. She will. Don't say that.
Shout out to Jordan O'Hearn that's also in the building. Blessed be upon you. That's it. Also here. Why High Crown Prince that was also in the building. And shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. Guys, also very important, go to KL Culture Radio description. And also the link is pinned on top of the chat. That's where we have the KL Culture Radio store. That's where you can find all the t-shirts, the hat, the coffee mug, you name it. All the KL Culture Radio merch is in the KL Culture Radio store, and it's also in the description as well. And we can actually see you guys actually going and checking out the merch. We can actually see it in the back. Shout out to YouTube and the analytics. You guys can see it. Shout out to YouTube. And also, guys, so very important, go to KL Culture Radio community post where we will leave important information like, hey, Hakeem's birthday is this coming Friday, guys.
It's coming up. It's around the corner.
I mean, when his birthday here, that means the album's about to get ready to drop this coming Friday. So, guys, be on the lookout for his album that's about to get ready to
You
drop.
already know.
It's coming Friday. His birthday is here. Did you see how fast the year go by fast? His birthday's here. And next year is the new year. And we're not gonna go live streaming on the New Year, but at the same time,
no.
Try to see we go on live on New Year's Eve. But who knows? Cause you guys be lit. But look, Hakeem's birthday is here. He dropped out. You already know his book is out right now on Raising Kings. Also, Black Love. His album is out now too. Broadway Fat. So, and he dropping another part 2 to the album. Man, what an incredible year we have in KL Culture Radio, man. We have 1 million raw views. We really do greatly appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys so very much for rocking with us, staying with us for we 8 years strong in. And we trying to go and get 9 years, 10 years. We trying to do 20 years tops.
And by the grace of God, by the grace of God, man, God could take us to the top and get us that deal. That's what I'm praying for.
Yeah, I already know. Gazer, I'm not gonna. Well, I'll read that comment. Say, Trump said we have to keep our country gay at North Carolina rally. I don't know about that one. You gotta send us a link on that one. I probably have to do research on that. He probably did say it. Who knows? But at the end of the day, we're about to get ready to start a whole new year. So, guys, just be on the lookout. Chaos Culture Radio doing big things next year. We're going to have, this year we were supposed to do it, but next year for sure we're going to do more interviews, more interaction with other content creators. We're going to do more collabs. Y'all be on the lookout for that. Chaos Culture Radio is going to expand pretty much even farther than ever before. But shout out to you guys, man. We hit 1 million raw views this year, and we're going to continue to put in the work, man. Shout out to the new subscriber that subscribed to the channel. We really do greatly appreciate you guys, man. Our numbers are going up because you guys are walking with us. Y'all are making us the biggest thing on the planet. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. You guys enjoy y'all Wednesday evening. Now that NBA is on right now for the NBA Cup. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We over and out.
Peace. Peace.